Well, as that Brexit legal challenge continues, Theresa May is visiting the Middle East in a bid to strengthen trade ties with the region ahead of the UK's exit from the European Union. The Prime Minister's two-day trip to Bahrain has been criticised for ignoring human rights abuses in the Gulf states. Sky's senior political correspondent Robert Nisbet is with the Prime Minister in Bahrain. And I guess, Robert, no surprises really that she's lining up business opportunities as we head towards Brexit.
That's right, that's what this is all about. It's what they're calling a regional reach-out, the first major one that the Prime Minister has done, looking at basically Britain's future post-Brexit. Who could we be doing business with? And the government has identified the rich Gulf states here as potential partners. And they've identified what they're calling £30 billion worth of business opportunities across 15 sectors like energy over the next 5 years. So how is she going to be meeting all of these leaders? Well, she's here to attend the Gulf Cooperation Council Summit. Now, the Gulf Cooperation Council is made up of the 6 main players here in the Middle East. So Oman, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. They are having their summit over the next few days, and she's going to be the first British leader to address them, also the first woman to address them. And in effect, what she's going to be saying to each one of them is that Britain is open for business. We want to strike bespoke trade deals with you, so please bear us in mind. But of course, as you mentioned there are human rights organisations such as Amnesty who have pointed out that potentially these are difficult bedfellows, not just Saudi Arabia, which of course is very active in Yemen at the moment, using munitions, many of which have been soldered in the UK, but also Bahrain itself, the host country, has been criticised for its treatment of political opponents. So is this the future of Brexit Britain? The Prime Minister, I'm sure, is likely to be asked doing deals with sometimes slightly distasteful governments and slightly distasteful organisations within those countries. But on top of that, she'll also be meeting British troops. She'll also be having other bilateral meetings as well. But this is really an opportunity for her to say Britain is open for business. We're looking beyond the boundaries of the European Union as we look into the future. And just one quick note, Jonathan, something that she said on the plane coming over here to us journalists. You know, there was all that kerfuffle about around the cabinet table whether there is support for paying to secure access to the single market. Well, last night, pointedly, she didn't rule it out when it was put to her. So maybe that is a tick in the column for the Chancellor, Philip Hammond.
OK, thank you very much for that, Robert.